Today we are going to be testing out this new brand called Exact Archery. They make a 4-blade 100-grain broadhead. Today we're going to be testing it through 4 things. We are going to shoot it up to 40 yards and see the arrow flight and how accurate it is. My bow is tuned, so the arrow should fly fine and it should fly accurate. So we're going to see about that. And then we're also going to put it on a rubber band and some paper and see how it slices and how sharp it is. We're also going to be shooting it through a hog scapula and put this broadhead through some bone, see how it holds up, see what it does. And we're also going to be testing the weight and grain and the consistency of that. This is 100 grains, so it should be 100 grains, and all the broadheads should be consistent with that. So we're going to put all that to the test today, and we're excited to try it out. So for the first test, we are just going to weigh the heads. They are supposed to be 100 grains. So for the first one, we're getting 102. For the second head, we are getting 106. For the third head, we are getting 106. So 2 of them were consistent with each other. This head is 4 grains lighter. Not sure why, not a big deal though. So right now we're going to be doing a sharpness test. This rubber band should break pretty easily if these blades are sharp. So this will be a sharpness test. Number 2, this is on paper, and we're just going to see how well it can cut paper. Okay, that blade went pretty easily on that. That cuts pretty well.
Smoke them.
So here's the entry on the scapula, and it did deflect off the rear one. Did deflect off the side and get pushed to the outside, so it did not go through this. Deflected off the edge and went around. It did go through on the entry. Left a pretty good chunk in it. You guys can see that there's a glare because of the tape. I'll take this out to show you guys. I am going to shoot it one more time. Well guys, I went to go shoot this again, and then I noticed the broadhead is completely bent. I don't know if you guys can see it right now, and the edge is jacked up, so I would not shoot this head again after using it once. It did not hold up good. One shot into the scapula It did go through the scapula, which is a good thing. So these are definitely one use only broadheads. For me at least, definitely. I couldn't use the skin if I wanted to. So as you can see, the entry hole was great. That is pretty devastating. Really impressed with the entry hole. It's not like you're aiming for scapulas and shoulder blades anyway. Here is the broadhead, if I can get it to focus here. As you can see, it is bent. The edge retention is not great after going through bone. That edge is all jacked up. You can't sharpen that out. And it is bent. So there's that. Again, that is through a hog scapula. It's pretty good entry hole though. I like that. I like that entry. Going through the rib cage of a deer, I'm sure this would be much less devastating to the broadhead. But there it is. So here is what would have been the entry if it stayed intact. Here is the exit. This hog scapula. So that is pretty good. It's a pretty good chunk. And the broadhead looks dull. The tip is rolled over a bit, but it is intact pretty well. The leader blade is bent a little, but overall pretty good performance. So there's the broadhead. And there's the other blade. Actually, just tore up the blades pretty good. Didn't really bend a whole lot. And this one maybe a little. And here is the entry hole. Or this is the exit hole, my bad. With the rage, see it sliced right here. Yeah, not really much of an exit because that scapular was already exploded, so I kind of just had it hanging back there. Check out the blades. So actually not terrible. Not as bad as I thought, actually. Held up relatively well. I wouldn't shoot it again. Tip's still intact. Not bad, actually. Then again, it did only go through one scapula, and it was already weakened anyway. So after shooting the Exact Archery Broadhead, I decided to test a couple more heads I had at the house to kind of compare. The first head I shot after shooting the Exact Archery Broadhead is the, if I can get it to focus here, is the Black Hornet Serrazer by Magnus Broadheads. This broadhead held up really well. It has a little roll at the tip and on the bleeder blade, but it held up really well. It did go through both scapulas. The Exact Archery head did deflect off the rear one, so it only went through one. This head was shot second, so the front scapula might have been a little weaker. After that, I shot the Allen Broadhead from Walmart, and it just got destroyed. The edge is terrible, and then it tore off the third blade. And I'm actually kind of surprised by the Rage. It did not break. I was assuming the blades would break and snap off, but it did not. So it held up better than I thought. However, this head did not go through both scapulas. It was the last head to get shot through the front scapula, and so it was already weak. And then the rear scapula was just all mangled, so it didn't even really go through that. So that could be part of it too. But yeah, that's just a little comparison for you guys to try to get an idea. That is my review and test of the Exact Archery 4-blade 100-grain broadhead. I'll let you guys be the judge if you guys want to try this broadhead out or not. I would have liked to see it hold up a little better against that hog scapula. Again though, you're not aiming for shoulder or anything like that. I'm sure through a rib cage of a deer it would be fine, but that is my test and review of the Exact Archery Broadhead. I will leave a link below so you guys can check out their website. I believe 3 broadheads run $20 to $25, which is what this company is trying to do, is get you guys good affordable broadheads. But that is my review of it, and I'll let you guys be the judge if you guys want to bring these into deer woods or not.